there, it's Ann Sieg, and in this video, I'm going to talk about life transitions. It's one of the playlists that I have on YouTube and one of the categories in my blog. Now, if you've not been to my blog, I would love for you to go there at www.annsieg.com. So go ahead and go there so that you can access my blog. All right, so that being said, one of the biggest topics that I'm talking about of late with my new newsletter and everything that I'm doing is life transitions, which I am in a vortex of sorts with multiple life transitions going on simultaneously, all of them quite significant. The driving force behind making some really big decisions has been my health. And I think my health in part has been challenged due to a 20-year stint as an internet marketer, and I am a driver, ambitious, visionary type of woman. And it's kind of this thing is I push myself pretty darn hard, and there's always more to do. And so I would work long hours and 6 days a week and often on Sundays because there's just this thing to do and that thing to do. And constant. It never ends when you're a business owner. And so I didn't have very good work-life balance. It was so. Ask my husband about that one. But anyways, so the health and chronically what I'm dealing with right now is a TFCC injury of my wrist. It's darn it all, I didn't get a good diagnosis at the beginning, and I sure wish I would have, because it's almost 3 months out. I fell off my bike and hurt the ulnar, and it's this triangle of ligaments right there in your hand, right about here. Anyways, it hurts every day, and it makes it really hard to focus because of it's just like constant. Anyways, but all to say, and then other things. I was in the hospital in August. I made my way through that fine after 4 days, but it's like time to step back, take a step back in. So I have since closed the Commerce Business School. Some of you, you're hearing that for the first time, and it would have been this December would have been 11 full years. So I'm very proud of the work that my team and I did together and of the community that we served. I mean, it was truly stunning and remarkable. We had this incredible team, and I love them dearly. And the people that we served, it was beyond fantastic. Preceding that was 10 years with Renegade Network Marketer, daily marketing coach, etc. And it's like, gotta slow down. I gotta slow down. So, which brings it to speaking to mentors who are trying to help me through this. My stack of transitions. The last one there is the family. So we came here, moved here from Minnesota to Northwest Arkansas, empty nesters. And we bought the house that would be just perfect for the two of us. Well, here we are. Through COVID, we acquired one son that year of COVID, 2020. And then our son, who lived in China for 11 years, he and his wife and little boy moved in. That was in 2023. So they've been with us a year and a half now. So there's 5 adults and one little 2.5-year-old. Not quite what we planned when we bought this house, but it's working and we're grateful. But it does change the dynamics. Okay, just saying. So all those stacked on top of each other. So I am one to seek counsel from a multitude of counselors, as the book of Proverbs talks about in the Bible. There's safety in the multitude of counselors. I don't know the exact verse of where that is, but I've always taken that to heart. And so I've talked to multiple, I've read books. I am actually, this book was recommended to me by a mentor who was once one of my star students, Natasha Hazlett. And we had a wonderful conversation. We've had a few actually. And she recommended this book, and I paid for coaching, an identity coach, because quite frankly, that's been my challenge is, and I did this and I built that, and kind of like, who the heck am I now? What's my identity? And I can tell you that no matter what, and as with the e-commerce business school, I always said, okay, Lord, this is your business, okay? Hey, so whenever you want it wrapped up, you're in charge. You just work that out. Well, it was very difficult, but it that's what happened over the last year. That transition of winding it down. I wanted to do it very artfully, very thoughtfully, very carefully, really taking care of the people, etc. But nonetheless, so that wind down, and where I maybe jumped the gun prematurely while doing that wind down, I decided to build one up at the same time. Oh my gosh. You know, why not? I'm a driver. I'm ambitious. I can get her done. That's always been, anyone who knows me, that's my theme. Kill it, crush it, destroy it, just get it done. You know, workaholic, I can do this. And, you know, and I am ambitious. I like climbing a mountain and getting to the top and going, I did it. I enjoy that. So, but back to the multitude of counselors. So a group of them, the majority have been staff with me or even a student of mine that became amazing in her own right. We're like, a lot of different ways to say it. Take a break, Anne. Lay it down. Just lay it down. Walk away. I'm like, oh, really? I don't know how to do that. I work, get it done. Yeah, I know how to do that. This laying it down is not my DNA, not my DNA. So then I had another conversation with one of my mentors, and she said, Anne, it's a strategic rest. Oh, that's kind of sounds kind of businesslike. So I think you're getting some legitimacy here at this point here. Strategic rest, because she said, no, Anne, when I'm talking rest, I don't mean just lay around and do nothing and loaf around. No, strategic. Strategic means you can lower the temperature, all this stuff you've been doing, all this headspace of being a driver and pushing things out. Just it's strategic because you need to hear God's voice through this, Anne. And how can you possibly hear God's voice when you're just busy all the time? I got to get this done, this done, all the way up till 9 o'clock every night, right? Just it's strategic, Anne. Well, that was just right before I went on a strategic vacation because my husband and I agreed we're taking a celebration vacation trip. We are going to celebrate 20 years of online work. We're going to celebrate. That was my husband. He said, we have a lot to celebrate, Anne. I'm like, dang tootin' we do. That's 2 decades, 8 more years than his windshield business. That was 12 years. So it's like, yeah. So I honestly, I am certain we have not ever had an 8-day vacation. In fact, I don't think we've had another weeks-long vacation since our honeymoon 41 years ago, because we always find a way to find an excuse why we couldn't go on a vacation. Little 3-4 day things, but a week, 8 days? Are you crazy? It actually worked though. I started to unwind. I started to reflect. I did a lot of journaling. Get up early in the morning and I journal and talk a lot with my husband and sorting it out. And I'm going, I think I could like this. I think I could. So I definitely, and through that too, by the way, I came to a realization when it comes to continuing in whatever path I do. Number one is I have to absolutely love it. Like, I love this. So for example, I've always had a dream to interview authors, which I did for a bonus for a huge promo way back in 2009. It caught the eye of, I'm not going to say the whole internet marketing industry, but a good segment. There was this huge competition. A lot of people were watching. Anyways, I interviewed a bunch of authors, Simon Sinek, Daniel Coyle, and Perry Marshall, and I like, oh, this would be dying gone to heaven if I did that. Ongoing, that would be a dream. Those books are my thing. But nonetheless, I'll just say through that vacation time, back to my point, sorry. Number one is I've got to love it. Number two, in a perfect world, why not aim for that? I'm working with my family. Because my whole online business started with me. Then it was my eldest son joined me. Well, actually, I met Coach Kurt, my mentor. That was really a catalyst, a big turning point for just getting online. And my son said, yeah, I'd like to do this with you. We blew it up together. So I really, it's far more meaningful to me when I'm building a business with my family because I'm creating memories. I guess sometimes good, bad, and ugly, right? I mean, but family sticks together, but business, you get a lot of stuff. Anyways, so that's where I'm at in life transitions. So so whether you can relate or not, but here's the thing. Just a couple days ago, so I walk my neighborhood almost every day, bumped into a neighbor whose husband died about 4 months ago. And we were chatting in the road. She was in her car. I was walking, and I was telling her where I'm at in my life and stuff and all these changes and who am I? And she said, and 18 years I've been a caregiver. And now who am I? Her husband was in Vietnam War and had very bad health from Agent Orange. And so 18 years. And then a gal at church today, I'm talking to her. Her husband had a subdural hematoma and was in a coma for 3 months. My father-in-law died of the exact same thing, falling off steps, hit his head, but he died 3 weeks later. In this case, this gal, her husband, woke up after 3 months, and then she took care of him for 18 years until he passed. And then there she was, having to reinvent herself. So these things are happening to people. We all go through them. So mine are all multi-stacked on top of each other. And but again, my big takeaway from where I'm at, number one, I have to love it. Number two, ideally I'm working with family. Number three, it's got to be God's will, because I don't want to forge ahead and then miss the mark. Because I always think of the verse, well done, thou good and faithful servant. And so I want it to be what God places on me. And I've had some talks with the Lord about this. I said, no, you do know my nature, though. I am a planner. I am a doer. I am a project manager. So kind of take that all into consideration, please, because that's what I love to do. That's how I'm naturally wired. And almost in effect to say, so Lord, don't be surprised if you catch me planning something prematurely. Because I love to plan and I love to be inspired and think of doing great things and impacting people's lives. It's irresistible. And then I also think, well, whose lives do I want to impact the most? And that's where the real wake-up call comes for me, because our list, it's been 500,000 or more, is my family. My family. And I almost have to look back and think, did I maybe neglect them too much in my pursuit of having an online business? And yes, I did get to work with my family, and I think they're all very proud of the work we did, etc. But anyways, it's like, this is my family. So I feel very strongly that way. Like it would be very empty and shallow if I'm working away and it's not incorporated with my family. No. So yeah, those 3 criteria, I need to love it. It fits me, who I am, my DNA that's knitted into my genes. Working with my family and having it be God's will, like this is my plan for you, Anne. Oh, I didn't bring my daily journal in here. I was just reading in Proverbs this morning, and it was about shucks. I'm gonna pause this and grab it. I'm back. All right, so I've been using this particular journal. It's called Scribe Bible Journal, I think for about 5 years. I really love journals. I have so many of them. But here it is. It's from Proverbs 19:21. The human mind may devise many plans, guilty as charged, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will be established. I'll read it again. The human mind may devise many plans, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will be established. So that led into a bunch of writing after that. because, and that's where I was kind of negotiating with the Lord and saying, okay, so you do know I'm a planner type. So we will see. We will see. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and write any comments that you might have if you relate in any way. Maybe some changes you're experiencing and thoughts that you're having yourself that you'd like to share. Thank you so much. Talk soon.